today is officially Get Stuff Done Day. We have been either separated or with other people for the past 4 months, balancing work, the trips, our family visiting, staying with people as Avalon and I travel for 2 months to get other stuff done. And where that has left us is on target with some things and way off target with others. So the boat is, I don't want to say falling apart, but there are a lot of things that need to be done on the boat. Move forward. It's a philosophy that our family has lived by since as far back as we can remember. Whether it was in our careers, parenting, or in our travel life, we never rested on our laurels because we knew there was still so much more to be discovered.
Lower, lower. Thanks.
And as cruisers, the philosophy keeps us constantly on the move.
Oh my gosh, there's so many dolphins around!
Ah, look at all of them!
Largo, it's a dolphin.
I just woke up.
You see, when the boat is our home, there is always something to be done.
I'm a sailboat engine mechanic.
And when there's not, it just means that we're taking a break because our job at the time is to rest.
It's nice not to have the vibration of a motor going on 24 hours a day. And Jessica is having a snack.
But the best part of this life is that no 2 days are the same, and we are constantly evolving. Whether it's learning a new skill, making new friends, or discovering how far we can push our limits.
I am the most unskilled labor here.
Join us as our family is back together on friendship, just the 4 of us, and we do what's needed to prepare her for the adventures that await. So Will has this grand plan that he's going to take me out on this romantic hour and 15-minute adventure because we have a call with a client in an hour and a half. So thank you so much to our patrons whose support make these episodes possible.
The really cool thing about Curacao is that they're really set up for cruisers. This has been a classic hurricane hole since like the early 1900s. And they have it so dialed in at this point that there's vans that take you to the grocery store, to the marine shop. Actually, they're right next to each other, but from like every marina and from the main anchorages as well. So ours shows up right now. So we got to take our dinghy chap as well, because there's also a canvas guy right there. So we got to hurry up because we're gonna get all of our weekly errands done in like 1 day.
I think we only have 1 hour that the bus drops.
We only have 1 hour. I know, but
keep pulling. I don't want to break something.
I know.
Not like there's nothing broken on this chap already. So those of you that are thinking, why aren't they sewing this themselves? We only have like a home type of sewing machine, nothing strong enough to do the dinghy. And at this point, it's not in our budget to get one, so we're gonna take it to the dude. I don't know how much he'll charge. Let me guesstimate, $20 probably for a couple of holes.
We got bigger plans for our budget.
Wait, what bigger plans do we have for our budget? Well, tell us.
More solar.
The S word.
More solar. We've been talking about this for ages. And the other S word, Starlink.
Oh,
Starlink. Shh. When it comes to the Caribbean, we'll be here waiting and with our little dishy ready to go. So we have internet all around the world.
In true world towning style, we are
He just showed up.
late as usual.
And lucky for us, he's late too, or else we'd be waiting till next week to actually record this video.
So here's the thing, we can actually see the parking lot from the boat. So we knew when to start running.
So you're going around the whole world and
Hopefully.
that's good. Yeah, I know. I think
Got the whole van to ourselves.
Oh my God, it's like the party van. Woo woo! What we are finding is that cruising in the Caribbean is completely different than being in the Mediterranean. When you land in a marina in Spain or France, usually everything you need is available within a short walk. But what we have seen in the Caribbean so far is that things are pretty scattered. If it wasn't for the van service set up for cruisers in our current marina, we would either have to walk for hours or rent a car to get to groceries, visit the chandlery, or run errands. We really do appreciate this service.
Al mercado. Sí. Gracias.
Oh, wait, are we walking to the grocery store?
Yeah, walking to the grocery
Oh, wait,
store.
let me get my bag. Hold on.
Here we go.
I almost left everything in the van. I didn't realize that we were walking to the grocery store.
We gotta maximize our time. We have 1 hour to hit like 4 different places.
I think you should
get our weekly groceries.
I think you should put a little timer on there. Like, are we gonna make it? Bye! Okay, you ready?
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
thank you, sir.
So can you do your magic?
You see, back in November when we were crossing from Lagos, Portugal to the Canary Islands, our davits failed and our dinghy wound up in the water.
Okay, we gotta stop the boat like right now.
Why right now?
Why? So we don't lose more of the dinghy.
As it was being dragged, apparently our dinghy chaps got a couple of tears in them, and now is time to repair the gal.
That's it? think so.
Seemed like there was more, but
That
we
appears
can't
to
do
be it.
anything for this, right? You're my sister from another mother. Because look, I have the pink.
I plan to go get it, do it all red.
Oh, red,
All.
yeah. Mine is usually
All.
brighter. I need to do it again,
Yeah.
but
You can use a change. You can
I've
go
been.
red.
I could go red, yeah.
This color is too dull for me.
It's too down. That's how I feel about mine too. It needs to be brighter.
I look in the mirror this morning and I'm like, Junior, I need to red this.
Yeah,
red.
that's so funny. I'm the same way.
If we finish it by Friday, we'll call you. If
Okay.
not,
Okay.
Monday.
Okay. That's
Okay.
fine.
Thank you, Thomas, Canvas, and Sale.
How many minutes do you think that took off the clock? 10?
That took about 10 minutes. We got now a 10-minute walk to the grocery store
Is it a 10-minute walk?
around there. Yeah.
Shit, we better hurry up.
And with 45 minutes left to go, we're now just entering the grocery store, in which can we get everything we need in half an hour? Because then we still have one more stop to go.
I think we can do it. I think we can do it. Just get the chips and the salsa and we're good to go.
And the pina colada mix.
And big blood mix. We still haven't had COVID, so
That's right.
you're a ticking time bomb, baby.
I'm one of the few that have not yet got the evil disease.
I think it's because you're so that you're never gonna get it, you and
I
Mark.
don't leave the boat.
You don't leave the boat.
So where we're at is actually a really good grocery store for the Caribbean, and what we're finding out is that in Curacao, since it's a Dutch island, the provisioning is really good here. You can find just about everything you want at not that much of a markup compared to what you find back at home, because of the fact it's a European enclave here. And here we go.
So fruit is super expensive. This is on the low end, and these are $1 a piece, whereas they can be upwards as much as $2 to $3 US per peach or plum. So when we buy our groceries, we eat either what's local and in season, or basically what is the least expensive to keep our grocery bill down. We're not picky. As long
Eat a
as
lot of bananas.
eat a lot of bananas. I'm tired of bananas, actually. Are you tired of them?
I'm okay. I'll put them in the smoothie. So
One
aiming
do-
for the dollar one.
$2, $3. I think $3 is all we're getting in this.
Cannot forget the pineapple. That's about $3 each. A bunch of bananas are $2.
So the problem with these bananas is they don't have any really green ones this week, and we need them green because putting them on the boat, we don't have enough refrigerator space to put them in, so basically within a day they start to brown. So it's like, okay, everyone eat 3 bananas a day.
What you find here is a lot of Dutch imported items. So you'll have an American brand item of the same thing, and then you have the Dutch equivalent. And the Dutch equivalent is about $3 cheaper. There's the Dutch brand there, and then there's the American brand right over there. So we're going Dutch here. Groceries are expensive here, no?
Rice and beans, rice and beans. We got a lot of them in our stocked up in there. Thank you. Yes. So, do we have time for coffee?
No, I got 15 minutes. I gotta go to the burning shop.
I can find some. I can clearly.
YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it?
Do you have a card with you, Will?
I don't.
Here's the thing about carrying a camera in a grocery store. People either think you're a journalist or a YouTuber. Okay.
What's that?
You gonna put me on YouTube?
You want to be on YouTube?
If you want.
Okay.
All along our time in the Caribbean, people have been super open to being recorded, which is amazing and frankly a heck of a lot of fun. TOWNING. Yes, it's the 2 of us and our 2 teenagers.
Okay.
And a cat.
And again,
And now you. Bye guys.
Oh, bye-bye.
Bye. So fun. I love people that want to be on the channel.
And with 12 minutes left, I have to walk over now to the marine shop. We're going to Budget Marine. It's the marine shop du jour for the Caribbean. There's one on almost every island out here. And lucky for us, it is like a 3-minute walk from the grocery store to there. So I got some nuts and bolts to pick up. There's the grocery store and that's Budget Marine right there. It's It really is convenient. Curacao is one of those islands where they just, it's really just, you can come here and almost never have to leave the marina except for this little van, because everything you need is within the van's drop-off point. There's a Napa auto parts store, there's a hardware store, there's a lumber store. There's just about everything you need except for the beach. That you have to, well, you have to take different means of transportation to get there. So we need 20, 10, 10.
Okay. 40 cents,
Okay.
please.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Alright, and now I gotta run. I've used every single ounce of available time that I've had in there just to make sure I had the right combination. 10 big bolts, nuts, washers, and if all goes well, we won't have to come back on Saturday. Although I think I'll come up with another reason to come back on Saturday.
Hey, hurry! You've got 30 seconds. You're not even running.
Plenty of time to spare.
Look, just in the nick of time, he's ready to
15
go.
seconds left.
Did you get what you needed? Let me get
Yeah.
But we didn't get a coffee date.
No.
Oh wow.
But we got coffee. We can have our own date.
I guess. It's not the same. It's not in air conditioning. Home sweet home. And we did it in an hour. Time for a nap now, right?
Can we call it a day?
We'll call it a day. Now it's time for boat jobs, right? Is that what we're gonna do now? And it's also hot as hell.
This might be a bag of ice day
It
too.
might be a bag of ice day. You know, the other day when I went in to get a bag of ice, he said, he was looking at it and he goes, friendship, 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 other boat, friendship, friendship, friendship. We're the only ones apparently in this marina who are going to get a bag of ice. One day he goes, haven't you already been here today? Isn't this your second bag today? And I'm like, I don't think so.
And it was.
It was.
It was. Take that. Got another one. The key is do not grab the good stuff first.
Grab the good stuff first. Some pretty good stuff.
It's getting really interesting here because we've now been in the Caribbean since the end of January. It is now close to the end of June, and there's certain things that we have not yet transitioned over living in this part of the world that we know that is an inevitable process to have. We've still, go figure, we're still living on butane power for cooking gas. In here where we keep all of our gas, we have still these little blue camping bottles. Let me take it out. It's sitting all the way back here. It's very, very secure. Got some gas tanks in here. This is a very combustible compartment. These are all empty, by the way. Keep our anchor bridle in here. Some extra lines. We need a spring cleaning because we're not exactly the most organized right now. Look, our floating anchor buoy, which we never use. We've been told that if you put it out, sometimes people actually want to tie up to it like a mooring ball. So that's why we never use it. It'd be cool to try it if we actually do it. We can have like a little candid camera. Then we also have our big floating magnet that if we drop anything in the water, hopefully we can catch it. And our anchor ball, which to date we've only used once. I know that's a big no-no, but when you're running around in a marina or in an anchorage and no one else has it, what's the use at that point? Everyone's anchored. But essentially down here we have here our storage spot where we keep all of our propane, our butane, camping gas. See these guys? These are little, this is what we've been using to go ahead and do all of our cooking with. We're now upgrading to a bigger guy. We're upgrading to propane, which is right over here. Getting propane tanks like these Viking ones here in the Caribbean, it's not a very economical endeavor, but we're looking to go ahead and transform this boat into a sailing boat that can go around the world. And butane is only for a small portion of the world. Propane is how the rest of the world lives. So our job now is to transform this little holding station from something that holds this to to something that'll hold this, which means this is going away, or at least it's being moved back. Which means number one is replace all of the fittings for the regulators, meaning that propane works at a different pressure than butane. So you have to have a different set of hardware that's going to help all the gas get to where it needs to go. That's our job. Hold on.
Okay, yeah. I
Okay,
feel so
go ahead.
pathetic in this mask.
Ready?
To jump in the water after.
Your hands are more important than your feet.
I'm more concerned about something chopping into your eyes.
So instead of modifying the existing pieces to hold the new, larger bottles in place, we decided to get fresh marine plywood and custom cut it to our needs. We also gave Avalon a chance to get more experience under her belt with boat jobs, but knowing that the conditions were not exactly ideal, she had other ideas.
No. Okay, easy.
You can do this.
Easy. Just
Upon further consideration, I've chickened out because I'm tired and don't want to be handling heavy machinery.
Well, I don't know if that's chickening out. That's knowing when you're tired.
Making a mature decision. Yes,
A
let's call
mature
it
decision.
that.
Right? So, old folky over here is taking
but you look
over.
good in the mask. That's
You
all that
look good
counts.
in the mask. Oh, here comes the party boat! We then put the finishing touches on the structure and got to painting. We opted to paint it with only primer as opposed to initial coat of epoxy because these pieces will be way above the waterline. I think you should know I'm a professional painter here with my unprofessional paintbrush because this is like a paintbrush for painting an entire house. But I'll be okay. We make do with what we have in stock. And this is what we have in stock right now. I've been waiting all day to come out here and paint, but we did not want to work outside until we had better lighting for shooting, and also it wasn't so hot. It was, how was it today?
It's like 95 degrees.
Oh my God. I think it actually got up to 100. I think it was 95 inside the boat, which is very hot for those of you who don't know how 95 feels.
But we went through the day without getting a bag of ice.
We did. So that's a €3 savings for us today, and we are kicking the habit, which is great. All right, I think I need to mosey on to the other side.
So pardon the mess over here, but this is one of the things that you have to tear it all apart before you can put it back together. And we still have one gas tank here, which is almost empty. So this is perfect timing for when we're doing this job. And I am now just trying to figure out whether this is all gonna fit. They always say measure once, measure twice, cut once. We did that, but you're always a little bit concerned. All right, so here is the bottom piece that we created, and that's going in there. And then the top part,
It's a little hard to see because it's dark in there, but not too bad.
it's not too bad. So now that we have full assurance that it's gonna fit, now we gotta take it all apart. And now comes the scary part, the part that makes everyone shudder in their pants, which is changing over the regulator, because this is the item that controls everything. There's one thing that is the biggest mayhem that happens on a boat. It is explosions due to gas issues, and it usually starts at the regulator switch and then all the way through the pipeline. So I want to make sure that the regulator is just fine. This was the old butane one. This is our propane one. This was actually really nice because it has a little gauge, a pressure gauge on it, so I can see how far along in the life cycle of what's inside the tank. But I think that when they fill it in the tropics, they actually only fill them to 75% because the fact of the heat issue. The heat expands the gas, and you don't want the heat expanding the gas in here too much, so they only fill it to 75%, which is fine. Before I actually bolt this back into the boat, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it into the tank, and we're gonna give it a shot, see if it works. The final test is gonna be here. Looking for bubbles, looking to see if there's any type of air that might be bubbling up within here. I don't see anything coming out. Avalon, you are there. For the record, do you see anything? Okay, do you see anything?
I don't see anything.
I don't see anything either. All right, and our pressure's holding steady. All right, I think we may be good. Now we have to go inside and test the gas, turn it on. Jessica's a little scared of me working on gas because I'm not a licensed gas technician.
He's not a licensed gas technician, exactly.
I'm not a licensed anything.
You're a licensed CPA.
I am. That's all the reason why I should be doing it. I'm very thorough.
I took this opportunity to get the kids and the cat off the boat and give Sentry a nice little brush down and some treats.
This is the reality of boat life, is that you don't know what you know until you know that you know it.
So are we good, or are we going to turn it on now to see if
We're
it
going to turn it on
blows?
and see if it blows.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're keeping a good sense of humor.
Mm-hmm. All right, now we're going to open up our solenoid switch. The valve is open, which means it's flowing through over here. There's going to be some of the old gas sitting in here already, so we're just going to let it flow, but I'm going to turn it on now, and let's see if Jessica is wrong. I'm hoping she's wrong. I'm hoping I did this right. I call that success. Jessica would call it success in like a month, after we know that there's no issues. We're going to be checking on it a couple days. Like tonight, tomorrow morning, just to make sure there's still no bubbles, so forth and so on, because the last thing you do want is a gas issue. But right now, it is all working well, it's all looking good, and we're just gonna go from there. I have news for you. The boat didn't explode.
Yay.
Are you excited?
Well, Sentry's asking if she could go for a swim. Doesn't she look like she wants to swim?
She just wants to.
Sentry wants to come out of the boat and be in the cockpit all night, but after 5 p.m. Other than that, she's nocturnal and just stays inside hiding beside a fan.
So with that, it's time to put the supports in to make sure that everything we just built stays in place, and then we're calling it a night. Well, we're calling it a job done. We still have more to do tonight. No, but I have something in store for you tonight.
You do? What?
Yeah. We're gonna go somewhere.
A surprise?
Yep.
Well, since there's no place to go here, it's not the van day. That was yesterday. If we walk someplace, it takes 30 minutes.
We're going somewhere, don't worry.
We're swimming?
We just might.
Is this our romantic getaway?
It is. We have our own marinero right here. Largo.
Thank you, Largo.
Largo's
Gracias.
taking us out for the day.
Bye. We'll be
Bye,
back soon.
Largo. Study hard. We'll miss you.
Work is almost over, summer's getting closer. No time to be sober, sunshine on my shoulders.
It is a quiet day. This is the best part about working for yourself, working from home. It's that even though it's a Wednesday, we get to take this little escape.
A little bit of an escape, and then we get to go back and we'll work when it's cooler tonight. Although I guess, I don't know what you would constitute work in our life. Like, we spent the day working on building the thing for the gas, and that's kind of work. I mean, isn't it? I don't know. I guess that's not really work.
It is work because I would have paid someone to do it otherwise.
Right, but we don't get paid to do that.
No.
So now we're going to go chat with clients tonight.
Exactly.
It's a crazy life. I'm totally grateful for the flexibility that we have. I have actually been location independent, which those of you who don't know what that means, basically working from home or working wherever I want, for 17 and a half years. So I don't know if I'm going to say I'm good at it, but I can't ever imagine working any other way. So I've gotten good at like working early mornings or late nights when the kids were really little, and now it's really nice to kind of work during the day, but then it's so hot here, it's nice to take a nice little swim for a couple of hours and then go back and work. So
I hope it never goes away, I feel it.
look, there's only like 10 people here. This is awesome. Is this where you and Largo come?
This is where we came while you guys were gone. But right behind us, right over there, there's, I don't know if you can see beyond the trees, but there's a new hotel that just opened up. It's a Sandals Resort. It's the largest in all the Caribbean, but we're not going there.
You know why?
It's really expensive.
$2,000 a night. But I think that's for the high-end ones, but still. Can you imagine $2,000? Say you take a honeymoon for 7 days. That's $14,000.
All you can eat, all you can drink.
I can't even imagine. Do you know how long we could travel on land for with $14,000?
You know how much we could eat with $14,000?
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that. It makes me feel gross.
You better come hungry.
Avalon could probably eat $14,000 worth of sushi in a week, that's for sure.
But this is exactly what we've been striving for this entire time since the crossing, essentially, is a little bit of time alone, a little bit of a rest.
Even if we can sneak away, we're really bad at this, guys. So it's not like I'm giving advice at all, but we've made it a point to really, at least we're making it a point, this is the first time, to sneak away for an hour sometime during the week just to kind of reconnect. And when we've been in other marinas or anchorages, we can usually dinghy in, or there's a coffee shop, and we sneak away and we say we're going for a work meeting. And we do talk about work, but we just have a little bit of time to connect. But that hasn't been the case since we crossed the Atlantic. So we're gonna put this in motion today. You guys are witnesses. So hopefully we'll be sharing more of what we're doing for 1 hour just to kind of reconnect and be together. Because I think in all of our time together, these last 4 months are probably the amount of time where we've been so disconnected as a couple and as a family, just because of everything going on and other people around us. I can't think of another time like that.
What I know is that when you guys came back from being away, we didn't necessarily feel like a unit yet, and we're still like we're getting on each other's nerves because everyone's used to being in their own little space. And
then Will and Laura have a way that they're running the boat now, and Avalon and I have a way that we were running our life, and then it took us a little bit to kind of mesh back together, but I think we're finding our groove now.
We are, and I gotta jump in the water. So
it's hot.
It's really hot.
If we finish it by Friday, we'll go.
So for all of you, are you wearing the swim goggles?
You've never changed the propane tank since we got in the boat, have you?
Shh, don't tell people that.
It's the truth.
Well, this is romantic. What else lives in this locker with the gas?
Everything else combustible. This is like the Molotov cocktail of the boat. Okay, the ultimate test is gonna be now turning it on. Oh my gosh!
It's hot outside.
There's a little bit of leftover for lunch in here, but sorry, not exactly the home tour you're expecting yet.
Will is new to this location independent. What are you, 8 years? 8 years doing location independent?
Would you call that new? It's so nice.
Come out like that scene, what was that, Bo Derek, or what movie was that?
What's that, 10?
Yeah.